What are your cringy, I'm not like other girls, stories that you're embarrassed about or were unfortunate enough to witness? I took 4 years of auto body repair in high school because I was clearly different than all the other girls. I did end up really liking it, but I started for all the wrong reasons. My best friend took wood shop in grade 9 and was late on the first day, shows up to the room which is only guys, and the only open seat is at the front of the room, with the door at the back. So my teeny little 5 feet 2 inches friends click-clacks her way to the front of the room in her high heels that she wore daily as they all just give her blank stares lol. She was also obsessed with headbands and fascinators and other crazy hair accessories, once wore a bird in her hair that was a Christmas ornament lmao, so she must have been such a picture making her way through that room lol. Friend of mine started dating the single most dramatic girl I've ever met. We lived on the 4th floor. We always took the elevator. So, we all get in to go down to the lunch hall, and she literally dashes for the corner and starts rocking back and forth in a really sad act at being terrified. He runs over to hold her and explains she's terrified of elevators. First, she lived with us, on the same floor, for 2 months and we've all seen her on the elevator acting normal. Second, if you were really terrified of elevators, you'd just walk the 4 floors. It wasn't even that far up. Third, her acting was just terrible. Of course, a few weeks later, she forgot all about it and went back to acting normal on elevators again. In high school, one of my teachers asked everyone to say one word describing themselves and I said classy. I die inside every time I remember it. Similar here. Describe yourself with one word. My response was, bad with numbers. I personally thought it was the most hilarious joke ever. Teacher immediately moved on. No one laughed at all. I assumed no one got the joke. They did, it's just that I wasn't funny. Edit, this blew up. Okay, maybe given the amount of responses, actually they really didn't get it. We were in 4th grade I believe, and I stole the joke from my grandfather, who was an extremely hilarious but very dry guy who loved to read Nietzsche, Mark Twain, Jewish and Roman history, New Testament scholarship, and listen to classical music on cassette tapes. I had extremely low self-confidence as a child and just automatically thought, like usual, that I said something stupid because I was an idiot. I wore my dad's pirate boots from when he went as a pirate for Halloween in like 1988. Every day to school. Oh lord, you just reminded me of my knee-high Converse I wore in high school. I thought I was so damn edgy lol. My daily outfits consisted of skinny jeans, a graphic t-shirt, a leather jacket or something like that, and my knee-high Converse. My mom tried to convince me not to buy them lol. I have to admit though, I secretly still love them and kept them after they started falling apart, so they're in a box somewhere in my house lol. But hey, my husband fell in love with me looking like that, so maybe it wasn't that bad it was. Edit, these comments have been an amazing trip down memory lane and are seriously making me think of rooting around for them tomorrow to wear them around the house for a bit. Maybe I'll recreate my high school look all grown up. A girl at school once commented on my Facebook picture, "You look cute 3. And edgy me said thanks. You're not getting a heart back, that would be dumb. Oh you ugh, this unearthed one of my repressed memories. Some dude hit me up and I sent him an emoji in my reply. Think he asked me a what's your favorite __________ question, and I started my reply with a thinking face and he gave me for it. Said something about how people are too simple-minded and he wouldn't be able to understand me if I didn't talk to him normally, so I needed to refrain from using an emoji or text speak if I wanted him to understand what I was saying, as if he's some refined genius trying to communicate with a caveman or some. Goes without saying that I never replied. I don't mean to compare you to him or anything. Just that your comment reminded me of that incident I completely forgot about. I spent my middle school years wearing fake coontail extensions and saying I'll kill you to anyone who tried talking to me. Especially other girls. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I'm still lying awake at night replaying it all a decade later. Edit, to answer a few questions, I guess I thought it made me cool and mysterious. I also bragged about not having any friends for some reason. I was a Girl Scout at the time as well, and it was so bad the troop leader suggested I find a new troop. I was very odd and standoffish, I had severe undiagnosed anxiety, and I never really developed basic social skills as a kid. Around 16 I finally realized how I was and dropped the weird fake mean persona. I'm a well-adjusted adult now. And to clear this up, coontails are not race-related. Its hair dyed in a striped pattern to resemble a raccoon tail. I had one pink and one blue that I insisted were real and my bangs were bleached. I was a mess inside and out LMAO. In middle school I had the brilliant idea of making myself stand out by convincing everyone I was highly unstable and stalked people in the supermarket with a spork, for fun. What? I was also just realizing girls existed and would put on that over-the-top courtly love. I did wear a fedora if you're wondering, where I'd message girls on AIM and when they understandably said, who is this? I would type out soft chuckle, girl name, can you think of no one? I will give you a hint and then proceed to send her the results of those anime personality tests like she's really supposed to and guess. The unstable murderer / condescending idiot lover mixed really well together to create a glutinous, chunky creep smoothie. Technically I'm talking about a guy. But it's basically the same. So we were in Spanish class, 8th grade. We were in a unit about activities and how to say what you like to do and what you don't like to do. One of the words was listening to music. One kid in my class who is infamous for being extremely pretentious raised his hand and said, "Is there a word for making music?" This on its own isn't that bad I guess, but after the teacher answered him, the teacher also said that making music is cool. The kid started saying, "Yeah, I'm a musician. I think a lot of people think I'm pretty out there because of it." Then he started talking to the kid next to him about his music, the entire class. Oh, and another story with the same kid. We were in drama class one time. Every class we would get a question we have to answer when roll call gets to us. On that day, the question was, who is a musician you really like? Well, it gets to the kid and you not, he says himself. I'm 29, so I lived as a preteen/teen during the peak AIM days. Putting up away messages were the eating dinner with your family? Let the world know. BRB? Let them know. Taking a shower? Tell everyone. One of my away messages for just that was, save water, shower with me, with the kissy face that had the little beauty mark for some reason. Game users, you know the one. I was honestly like 11. Literally had never kissed a boy. Guarantee I was also still wearing overalls, kids, and bucket hats. I'm a 4th grade teacher now, and I realize now that I was an actual baby at the time. I cringe just thinking about it. Overall, I would really like to go back in time and smack some sense into me. I had one that said, save the trees, eat more beavers, and my dad freaked out. Thought I was funny, but I was 11 and had no idea what the other kind of beaver was. Oh man, this just reminded me that when I was maybe 12 I helped my sister who was 2 years younger and really into animals make her first AIM name, and she ended up W/Beaver Boss. BC alliteration seemed cool I guess, and we were so devastated when our mom made her delete it and refused tell us why. It took us years to figure that one out, haha. I am signing up with an online dating service. Thousands of people have done it, and I am going to do it. I need a username. And I have a great one. Little Kid Lover. That way people will know exactly where my priorities are at. In high school, I had this friend who tried so hard to be one of the guys, to the point where she would call herself that often. I didn't realize how cringy she was until I ran into her at a party in my 20s. She walked up to my boyfriend, currently my fiancé, grabbed his hat, put it on her head backwards, then asked for a haul of his cigarette, she doesn't even smoke, and coughed profusely. She then proceeded to play punch him in the stomach and started calling herself one of the guys again. A few of us just looked at each other awkwardly and slowly trickled away. I just love the phrase, slowly trickled away. I always loved dolls and dressing up as a kid. I would spend all my free time playing with my dolls. But when I went to school I would scoff at the other girls for playing with dolls. I wanted to be seen as tough and cool. Spoiler, I was neither of those things. For my 10th birthday, my parents worked together to build me some doll furniture. Dad did a lot of woodworking, and Mum was good with a sewing machine. Together they created a cool little wardrobe and bed set for my dolls. They were painted white and had little flower stickers for decoration. My dad had even made a little mirror for my dolls to go on the inside of one wardrobe door. and Mom had sewn up a mini mattress for the bed. I just about cried when I opened my presents because I loved them so much. But my friend was sitting right beside me, and I knew if I told my parents I loved the presents, my friend would know I liked dolls. My lies would be undone. So I said, "Thanks, but I don't like dolls. They're for babies." My parents looked so sad. I'm 25 years old and I'm crying as I type this because I still feel so guilty 15 years later. A few years ago I got drunk at a family gathering and I sobbed to my dad and apologized for what I said, and told him I loved the present. He knew. So I got my apology out. But I still feel like such a cunt.